Learning how to overcome and manage your emotions is one of the best things that can happen to you, especially this new year. As long as you're a slave to your emotions, you will never feel like you are in charge of your life, as you will always see something wrong, and that can hinder progressive movement. It's a new year, so let's come correct. That's why we put together 5 key emotions you must overcome to take charge of your emotional life. This is Daily Top 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, watch me.
Hey. Number 1, anger. Anger. Anger helps us to establish boundaries with others. People who don't express their anger are fond of bottling things up until they end up exploding like a volcano over a slightest provocation. So it is quite important to express your anger, but the key is expressing it the right way through the power of emotional intelligence.
Yes.
Wow, I think I definitely started off my year right, because this one I've already done. What's today?
You're able to comport yourself?
No, I didn't comport myself. I expressed the anger. So I'm the kind of person
That's
where...
not the key.
No.
The key is to have emotional intelligence.
You start.
Yeah.
You start with one. You cannot know everything one time.
Okay, so...
So I have a problem with, when I have, like, if we have issues, I'd rather internalize and not make you uncomfortable. But the thing is, me, I'll now be uncomfortable. Yeah. So for instance, I'll tell you one of the things that happened. The other one I know you, I run down the streets. So somebody messaged me and asked me for help with some things, which I helped her with. She called me again for nothing. I helped her with it. And she was doing an event, and then she said, oh, send me your address. I'll send you invites. And I said, okay, no problem. Yesterday was the event, and she never sent invites. So on a normal day, yes. So on a normal day, I would have been mad at her inside. Whenever she's posting, I'll be offended. I would have, can you imagine, look at this. I would have muted her. I would not say anything to her, because I'm like, let me know, let's know. I messaged her. I said, oh shit. I just said, oh wow, still waiting for my invitation. Now, what was her response? Now, what was her response? Normal person would have said, oh, I'm so sorry about that. So I sent dispatch, maybe, She just puts emoji. You know those emoji with, like, tears, like puppy face. But she actually said, I'm sorry, but it's okay. So now, when she will come and meet me later, she cannot come and meet me later. No.
She can't even come. But if you come, it has to be transactional.
No, if you're paying me, that's fine. Let me know that that's what we're doing.
I think you even tried that. You started the conversation to know where those because
you know what's happening. Yeah. So before I would have been so angry, but then now I was like, because I could easily have said, oh, so you said you wanted to send me this, I did not send me the tea. Can you imagine what rubbish? What? No. So let's. And I felt much better after.
Yeah.
Hey. Yes.
But do it right. Thank you.
Let's do it right.
Yeah.
All right, number 2 on our list is pain. Throughout your life, you're going to be confronted with pain in different forms. If you do not learn how to deal with your pain, you're always going to be going about looking like you have been hit by a truck each time you are confronted with such.
Yes, this one is especially for people who do not know how to control their expressions. So when you're angry, it shows on your face, when you're upset. And because of that, people get to you easily because they're like, oh, she's in a bad mood, let's make her feel bad and all of that. So I used to be like this. I used to wear my emotions on my sleeves, and I don't know, I'm still working on it, but it took me a long time to be able not to show my emotions. So what I do is I have learned a lot on this show. I've grown a lot, and I confront my pain and my anger and my fear immediately and let it go.
Praise the Lord.
Is that
how you people do it in church? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so that's why we have Daily Top 5 on Mondays, where we get to learn, unlearn,
So that in June, July, you will be thinking of your life, whether you're doing well.
What have you worked on?
Number 3 on happiness. Yes, when it comes to emotions, happiness seems to be the coolest kid on the block. We all want to be happy, but then your desperate need for happiness, and especially seeking it in the wrong places, will lead to a life full of misery. So be careful where you define the happiness. Go.
Yes, and another thing, because I know somebody that completely left social media because he's like, oh my God, everybody is stressing my life. When you go there, this one is buying house, buying car, buying, so I'm not buying anything. Just see, choose your own happiness.
Yeah.
Those might not actually be the things that, because at the end of the day, some people will get all these things and then they are still not happy.
Yes, they're not.
Yeah, so don't use because you're seeing other people looking, and then you now think that, oh, you're... Sometimes you're even better...
You're doing pajamas, like what was raining as regards that December one. Like,
wow.
Also, after people have done all your Shino, throughout the year, then you people will not do picture December. Then after that picture, you go back to...
Meanwhile, guess what? The person that is not single in one corner taking themselves out to go and watch movie is probably happier than... So don't use other people's happiness to judge your own, because if they misjudge.
Like I used to tell people, find what makes you happy and just keep at it.
Exactly. All right, number 4 on our list is fear. Everybody is afraid of something. Fear is very normal. The only time it becomes abnormal is when it cripples you and stops you from going after your dreams. And that's why I adopted something. When I feel like there's something I'll be afraid of, I do it quickly. Without thinking. Because sometimes if you leave it to simmer in your head for too long, you start thinking, oh, maybe I should not. Yeah. So, for instance, there was this one time they called me to do one hosting gig, and I was like, I don't know how. I mean, as I started doing that, I just said, no problem. It was after I dropped call, I started doing, what did I just agree to? What did I? So I just had to keep, like, every day. I told myself, like, every time I would think about the job, I'm like, hey, Dala, how are you going to do this thing? As I'm sitting down here, I've done it. I've collected my money. And I've kept it. It was money I finished.
Are you trying to avoid buying us pizza?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't worry, she goes still run now.
I'll still buy it.
Dala is a new year change.
I'll buy it the day everybody's on the show. When Jay is here, when the pot is here, I'll buy it.
I don't understand. Why can't you just buy one?
My twin have to eat out of my pizza. Only pot have to eat out of
whatever.
My
Whatever. Yes.
If you are not here, I'm fighting for you people.
Don't fight for me.
Am I complaining?
My Lord will fight my battle.
Yeah, on top another.
Yes. Number 5, wrapping up daily top 5 on mindfulness. Yes, the key to overcoming difficult emotions is mindfulness. Just be mindful and watch things fall in place with yourself.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people just exist without really thinking about what's happening.
Yep.
It's like the same way you say you want to lose weight, but me, I like to use myself as an example because it's a new year. Let me catch myself. So I'll be like, oh my God, I need to do this, I need to. And then I'll just be putting food in my mouth. I'll go for events. They'll bring small chops. I'll go try them for truth. Later, I'll not say, oh, I'm supposed to be trimming down. I'm supposed to be watching weights. Meanwhile, I've just been unmindful when I do things. So when you open the fridge, see, why am I opening the fridge and what did I go there for? Is it water? As you open the thing, collect your water and be going. Don't ask and say, so what should I...
There's chocolate. Let me snack on chocolate.
Yeah, I still chopped chocolates yesterday. Well, Mom C out of the Kit Kat. So Mom C too got chocolates as well.
No, she would have gotten her own.
But she ate out of it. So she got, technically.
And you people not watching, did you get the kate of the kate cruise, the kitty kata and the kata?
Oga, wait till you there talk. Okay, I think at this juncture, man, we end of daily top 5.